Hi friends, so I just recorded like a 3-minute video and it was incredibly rambly and you all deserve better than that. So we're gonna pull it together for the sake of you lovely people. um, what I want to talk about today is what my friend Brendan Ellis talked about on his channel yesterday is leaving social media. It's a big trend these days, especially in regards to the nature of whether or not being on social media is healthy. So I just announced on a video, I think last month, that I left Twitter and Facebook. And to be completely honest, my life is so much better since I left those two platforms specifically. I'm still on Instagram and Tumblr, which is, those two seem to be better for the way that my brain works, because in essence, when I was on Twitter, and the feed could refresh and refresh and refresh, I would do that, like, kind of obsessively. So the fact that, like, once you kind of get to like the end of Instagram and Tumblr, that's it, and you can just leave. But that's there again because I have a problem with, I'm a completionist and a little bit obsessive about it, like making sure that everything is done and that I've checked all of the boxes. So that's why it's better for me to be on those two platforms. But also, the one thing that I have started to feel is not really FOMO, but like missing my friends that are still on those platforms that I don't interact with as much. But the cool part about this whole me leaving social media thing is that the people who do want to stay in touch with me, like, I made sure that they had other ways to get in touch with me, and they do. And like, there's just something really cool about that, like taking that little bit of extra effort to keep in touch with a person that makes you feel like that's a really valid relationship and not just a relationship of convenience or efficiency. I don't know if that's the word that I want, but anyway, I just really feel better and I feel closer to the people who are in my life, because there has to be that extra bit. They can't just like my tweet or reblog my post. Like, there's that extra effort of actually communicating that I have always loved about social media, but as of late I saw a real drop off on the actual person to person interactions. So I feel like it was a good decision for me, and I don't see myself going back to Twitter. I do check Facebook, um, because I still have some family that I, interact with on that platform that I don't get to see very often, and they don't really know that I left. Um, they're older and they don't quite get it's a story anyway. Um, so I do check Facebook every once in a while, but like, I don't go back and I don't really do anything on the platform. I'm just making sure that my great aunt Edna doesn't great aunt Edna, which I don't have one, that's just a name, doesn't like send me a link to something that I want to be involved in. Um, but anyway, yeah, so that's my full story with update how I am doing since I left social media. I recommend it for you if you have any mental health issues and you feel like there's a social media platform in particular, or that they're all sort of like, messing with your brain. Take a break. Especially if it feels like taking that break is going to break you. Because that was what it was for me. Like, the day before I was giving up Twitter, I felt like I was getting ready to amputate my own arm. And that's what I understand is what addiction feels like. So that's how I knew it was the right decision for me. Anyway, how are you? How are you doing? Have you also left social media? If so, let me know how that's working out for you. And if you haven't, how is it that you have a healthy relationship with social media? Truly an honest question, because I would love to know all sides of this. And I hope you're doing well, and we will see what happens tomorrow. All right, bye.